What I've got here tonight is a Master Lock 911. This is a metal laminated padlock inside of a plastic case. The case is meant for weather shielding, and if you pull back this plug cover, you'll see the keyway. Interesting thing about this keyway, at least for me, is how deep it is. I don't know if you can quite tell, but when I take my tension wrench and I put it in here, the wrench is pretty much touching, or very close to touching, the plastic shielding. It makes it really easy, at least for me, to lose my grip and drop my tension wrench. So that's something to be aware of with this lock. The next thing that's worth mentioning about this lock, I think, is the fact that it is heavily sprung. I find that the core is sprung so heavily that I usually don't even realize I've got an open on it when I do get one. If you have trouble with the American Lock 1100, you're gonna have trouble with this one too, probably, for in terms of recognizing your open. Next up is the fact that the shackle itself is not sprung. So you can see, turning the key, nothing happens. Turn the key and then pull. That's how you get your shackle out. So that's just an extra thing to have to worry about when you do pick this lock open. You'll have to hold your wrench, not drop it, and pull open your shackle if you want to get this thing fully open. The last thing I really want to mention here is the fact that this is a fully spooled lock. So all of the pins in here are spools. And that, at least for me, makes it a tricky one. So with all that being said, I'm going to cut the video here, get my vise and tools set up, and we're going to give this a try. Okay, lock's in the vise. Let's see if we can open it. Okay, we've got an open. So, first thing I'm going to do is re-engage the pins there and pull over my pinning tray. This is, I believe, a 7/64 hex key. And we've got the core out. So I'll just set this aside up here. Okay. This particular lock has an E clip instead of a C clip. The E means that there's just an extra lip on it in the middle, so it looks like an E instead of a C. I know that's shocking. And just as soon as this thing wants to come off, I'll show you the insides. There we go. Okay, grab the key and a shim. Shim is the one thing I didn't already have it. Okay, so we'll give this a bit of a turn. And see if we can get the shim in there. There it goes. I'll grab my follower and take this guy out. Okay. Key out of there. And take the key pins out. 1, 2, that's 3. That's 4. And 5. Okay, so these are all just standard key pins. The part that we're really interested in, I think, is the drivers. So, I'm going to do this carefully because the springs in here are kind of strong. Well, let's pull the shim first and then we can slowly but surely. Here's our first spool. Second spool and a spring. Third spool and a couple more springs. Fourth spool and a spring. And the fifth spool. And a spring. So that's the Master Lock 911 picked open and gutted. Let me get a closer look at the pins and the key bitting here for you. I guess it's a little on the dark side here. Try brightening things up with the flashlight. There we go. That looks good. So you can see the bitting on the key. You can see all of the key pins and the driver pins and the springs. That'll do it. Again,